Hi everyone, today we're here to do another Avacyn Restored card preview show. I'm going to give you my thoughts on the cards, whether or not they're good, and overall, do I think they will have a spot in your decks throughout the set. So, first of all, if you can tell by the title, we're going to be talking about 6 cards today. We're going to be talking about the 3 Angels, the 2 Planswalkers, and 1 Mr. Griesalbrand. I'm going to start off by looking at the griesalbrand himself. So I'll put his card up on the screen, let you guys read him over, and we'll come back and I'll tell you what I think of him. Okay, so now you've had the chance to look at Griesalbrand. Let's talk about him. Now, Mr. Griesalbrand here is in 7/7, flying lifelink, pay 7 life, draw 7 cards for 4 blacks and 4 colorless. First big gripe about him is, actually it's really probably pretty much my only gripe about him, is the mana cost. I really would have liked him to see him be 7 mana to kind of go along with the whole theme of the rest of his card, being everything else being 7 life, 7 cards, 7 attack, 7 defense. It'd been nice to just see them keep that, I don't know what to call it, that reoccurring theme with the mana cost. Not to mention, 4 black mana is pretty crazy for one deck. I mean, you're pretty much playing him in a mono black deck, I would assume. But overall, the 7 draw, pay 7 life to draw 7 cards is a good ability, I think, for him because of being a 7/7 with lifelink. Whenever he attacks, you're going to be gaining life to use that ability. So you're really never going to be losing out life completely. You have the opportunity to get it back. But how often do you really think you're going to be using that ability? Because a 7/7 flying lifelink should be the end-all of a game. I mean, you shouldn't have to sit around and draw cards to win. You have him out. He should be your deck's closer. I mean, is he a good card? Yes. Is he the best mythic in the set? Far away, no, he's not. Is he a top 5er? Maybe on the fringes. But, I mean, I don't see how you can use him that effectively. Especially with just being that much black mana. You're going to have to stall out the game for quite some time. Unless you're using a reanimator deck, then you could throw him in your graveyard, which probably would be the best way to use him. Figure out a way, get him in your graveyard, bring him back to life. That way you can pay some life out, draw the 7 cards. That way you can nitpick what cards go in your graveyard and what cards you keep in your hand. So you'll be able to kind of stack your graveyard for the best possible stuff to get. That's really the only way I see him being effective. But overall, I mean, he's okay. I'll say that. He's nothing fantastic. But, on to our next card, which is going to be one of the Angels. I haven't picked which one yet, so it'll be a surprise to you too. Okay, so now let's take a look at Bruna, the Light of Alabaster. She's 3 colorless, 2 white, 1 blue. She's a 5/5 flying vigilance. Whenever she attacks or blocks, you can move any enchantment that's on the board and attach it to her, and you can put any enchantments from your hand or graveyard, put them onto the battlefield, equipped it to her. I like her ability. It's just not really in the standard form because there's not many enchantments in the set. It more was relied around equipment. I think she'd be good in like an extended or a legacy type thing, where the one card that I first saw I thought of was, I believe it's a card from Rise of the Eldrazi where you attack, it's an 8, I believe it was 8 colorless, enchanted creature gets +6/+6 or +8/+8 and has Annihilator 2. To be able to play that for free on her, attach it when she's attacking or blocking would be amazing. There's also, there's just a lot of really good enchantments out there. I kind of think she's almost like a Stoneforge Mystic, excuse me, except with enchantments instead of equipments. So, you know, another decent card. How much play it'll see in like the standard decks, I don't know, because of the lack of the enchantments and stuff. But overall, if you're just playing, you know, throwing cards till you like, it's a fun card. We'll call it fun because it is pretty. It's a neat card. And overall, 5 or 6 mana for a 5/5 flying vigilance, I don't really think is all that bad of a cost. But yeah, there's better angels. Let's put it that way. The next one we're gonna be looking at is the green and white one, which was the first of the angels that was released. So I'll show you guys her now, and well, you guys know the drill. We'll come back and I'll talk about her. So see you in a minute. So, Sigarda, host of Herons. I hope I'm saying that right. If I'm not, someone tell me. She's a 5/5 legendary creature angel. Costs 2 colorless, 1 green, 2 white. Her ability is spells or abilities your opponent control can't cause you to sacrifice permanents. And she's flying in hexproof. I like her ability against black decks, especially the zombie decks, which have, I can't think of the card right now, but it's the one where both player, at the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifices non-zombie creature. Pretty much will negate that spell completely, which is pretty nice. And I also think this is a nice card because it only does cost 5 mana for a 5/5 flying hexproof, which is, I think it's reasonable. And she's green-white, which gives the Gavany Township human decks something more to use than just Champions of the Parish and Kessig Cage Breakers. So, you know, there's not much more to say. She's straightforward, makes it so people can't force you to sacrifice your creatures out. Oh, actually, it sacrificed any permanent, so that means lands too. So it's all the good stuff. I mean, overall, I like her. I think she's good. Probably. Now, right now on Cool Stuff Inc., they have her at about $8, and I think I'd pay that for her. I mean, I personally think she's useful. There's a deck for her, I'm sure, somewhere. So that's it for her, I guess. So now let's take a look at my favorite of the angels. And it'll be just 1 second.